And if we can't build an alliance, we'll at least do some trade rights. Drastically, we went the opposite way. Not much really happened that turn, so it's not that big a deal. Construction complete of the wooden palisades, so we now have at least a wall in York, which means we can build a lot more now in York. The first thing I want to build in York, and I think it does improve economy in general, but I always just love building roads. It just doesn't make sense to not, because I feel like, you know, it makes sense. Your troops can travel and your empire becomes connected. So we're going to build roads first. And then our second choice of what to set up is going to be a land clearance to help our population grow in the short term. Actually, I'll scratch that. We're going to build the town watch first because we can't build troops yet in York, just in case if the English get any ideas. And up here, we're going to recruit 2 more kind of basic infantry just to give us some men just in case if something goes over here goes wrong or something occurs. It's going to be end of our turn. We got a mission to talk with France, which is perfect because we're going to go do that. There is Paris, and we're going to build an alliance. We're going to do trade rights and hopefully map information. And they accepted. That's perfect. Now we have our French ally, which is perfect for me. Hopefully we can maintain this alliance with France, and we'll use it in the future. Just announcing our alliance. Construction is complete of our roads, so now we can connect, and our troops are done. We're still consistently at the bottom of most stats. That's fine. We're Scotland. This is how it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be hard, and it's supposed to be a weak beginning, but we'll build up, and we will be victorious. So with King Malcolm here, we're going to come here and assault this fort. We're going to build a siege tower. I guess we'll build all this. And we're going to maintain the siege.
In God's name.
We're going to send the Pope down here into English lands. Yeah, so they were getting ready to come deal with this Welsh castle. There is a lot of troops in there, and that makes me nervous. Sometimes the AI, even with an alliance, kind of senses advantageous opportunities and will just strike out to attack you. Looking at our merchant, we were just looking for some resources, see what would be good for us. Ooh, down here in England, there are some pretty valuable resources, at least here in this western coast. I'm trying to see what this is. In Ireland, it's not giving it to me. So we're gonna have him march down here, and we're gonna want him to capitalize at least one of those resources, and if we can, we might build more and send it down as well. I'm going to try to move these guys down here. We got some more troops building up here anyway, so it's fine. I just want some more troops down here just in case. And we're gonna end our turn.
My king, move out.
Before we start this battle, I'm gonna move these troops in. We're going to move this merchant down here. And yeah, why not? Let's just move our diplomat around, meet some new countries and kingdoms. Okay, with that, we should be ready for our next battle. We will have our spy open the gates, actually, so we won't even need this equipment. This battle is in our favor. We have about a 2-to-1 ratio. What they don't know is they have me as a general, so it's really not as good of a ratio as it needs to be. Here we are, another beautiful snowy day, very Scottish-esque day, but we are in Wales right now, and we are sieging down the Welsh stronghold, the Welsh castle. It's the only Welsh rebels. So I forgot about the speeches. I'll try to leave them in. I forgot how awesome that was that they're in there. Sometimes in certain games they weren't. It's a short whatever, but it's still just fun and cool little speeches. We are going to... Is there a different gate that's open? Or it's this gate, I think, right? Apologies if I'm not really moving super fast around the map. Again, don't have the best controls and the best setup right now, but I'm trying to get this out to you all, so I'm recording it as I go and as I'm able to play.
Excellent.
So that looks good enough, I guess.
Let's be done with this blasted siege.
Well, you ask a dumb question and stuff gets answered pretty quickly. Going to want our archers. I'll move them up. Can have them drop the siege equipment and have them drop the siege equipment as well. There's no use for it. Well, since apparently it's not guaranteed open, we are going to take this siege turret. Okay, our king and his heir over here, so that's fine. That said, we got an open gate, but I'm a little confused because the gate isn't open. I'm going to have them throw up those ladders. Our archers are raining down some fire. They're not super effective, only one dude's died so far, but something's better than nothing, I suppose. Bring these troops forward a bit. These guys over here need to come over here.
Will not be long before our enemy's defenses fall. The ladders are now
okay, we are getting up on the wall. We should be hopefully getting really good attacks on them. Our men have taken quite a bit of hits. I know some of you are probably screaming at my leadership strategies. I warned you, the general part of the Total War games is not my strong suit.
Our siege towers have reached the walls. Now the butcher's work begins.
Okay, so we have our men successfully breaching the walls. We're gonna have our weaker horses / cavalry units stream in first. We're gonna have them attack these Welsh missile troops. They shouldn't be a match for us. Unfortunately, the battering ram is in the way of the charging cavalry units, but that's okay. I'm noticing a lot of performance issues. It's not the game, it's totally my setup. So I may tweak some things in another part, maybe lower down the quality a bit. So we have captured the walls, that's great. We're pushing forward. Our troops are doing pretty well here, pushing them off. Oh, they're on the walls. Well, I want you guys to hunt them down. I'm just going to give them kind of an obsolete order like that, and I'm going to have those troops enter in as well to come deal with that. Their job is going to be hunt them down as well. And these cavalry units are going to engage, because these are Welsh longbowmen. Having cavalry hit them should be good enough to really defeat them, really hurt them. We haven't used our king or his son yet. That just has to do with the fact that I'm always really apprehensive when it comes to using my leaders slash kings, because I have a really bad reputation of my important men dying horrific deaths. We're gonna have these guys try to swarm and take out these Welsh rebels. Hopefully they can tie them down at some point.
Only half the enemy force remains.
Welsh spearmen, so the last thing we want to do is engage those men directly. We want to just attack these guys a little bit more from the side. What we are going to do is get some of these Highlanders up here to engage the spearmen. And these Highlanders as well, because these guys are more than trapped, and I can't even see if there's any left actually. Have them wrap around. Now, Total War Medieval 2 is definitely not the hardest Total War game. I wouldn't say it's the easiest. It's definitely not. There's definitely, I've had a ton of time in this game, so it's kind of become second nature to me, but I'm still not, obviously.
Our men have slain the enemy general. Without him, his troops will lose their will to fight.
Well, that's great. Their enemy general is down. What I was saying is I just have a ton of experience, and playing this game doesn't make me great at it. It's just eventually playing something so much you kind of learn how to deal with it, especially on a little bit harder difficulties. But I definitely wouldn't put Medieval 2 in the top tier of difficult Total War games, which I don't think is a necessarily hugely bad thing. It just means that Total War isn't always a slug or a hard fought battle every time. Now there definitely is some, especially on hard and very hard, especially against other factions in the mid to late game, in my opinion, some really fun and sometimes difficult battles against AI, especially when they have equal numbers or advantage. I believe we just won that, but there we go. So we lost 170 men, not too bad, not catastrophic like some of my other outings in the past, and we managed to kill off all the rebel forces.
A proud victory for Scotland's finest. A most noble conquest, sire.
Yes, it is a proud victory for Scotland, and we now own Wales. This is going to appear throughout this series and pretty much any Total War game or any game that allows like city building stuff. I always have to build roads. It's this habit. I feel like my empire has to be connected, and by not having roads, everything is defunct and not connected. Going to build a bit more troops. We're doing okay economy-wise.
Your Highness.
About negative 376. It's not great, but it's not a huge deficit we're dealing with. We already moved the merchant. We have high Catholic rates in pretty much all of our provinces except here in Wales. We'll bring them over. It's a castle, so it doesn't matter quite as much. And we'll bring the spy out here, see what's going on in the greater English area. They just have their leaders in the castle, and then they have these large armies out, which is not a good idea. Rebellions do happen. And that's pretty much all we're going to do for this turn. We did gain +3 chivalry and +1 authority on King Malcolm. He's becoming an even greater leader. He's the greatest Scottish king to this point. He's tripled our kingdom, and he's stolen land from the English and taken over the Welsh. He hasn't completed the conquest of Scotland quite yet, but you know, we'll get to it eventually. Okay, all this should be good. We're just gonna exit out of this, and then we're gonna end our turn. And those beautiful roads. We got awarded 1,000 florins, which is perfect. And we're gonna continue our merchants march down here to these trade resources. I'm actually not sure. It's not showing me. I don't remember exactly what those resources are offhand. But we're going to continue to build up our new castle. We're going to build a mustering hall for now. We're positive by 1,000, which is great news. We're going to build a grain exchange to help keep a positive economic growth, and then a land clearance to help grow the population. Looking good on all those fronts. We could invest in a navy, but I still don't see a point. We are going to, however, bring this dude up here before he gets killed by rebel navies. This diplomat is probably never going to return home, but hopefully he's going to build us some trade. Trade rights deals and a potential network of alliances. So we're going to bring you home next turn.
Godspeed.
You're looking good. You're going to hang out with that sheep. And we're going to end this turn as well. So we just got given a new task to take Dublin. I am totally all for that. It will give us the best units currently available. Which may not be necessarily that great, but I am all for getting extra incentives to conquer more land. We're spending a bit. Are we in the negatives? We are in the negatives a bit. Edinburgh. Edinburgh could build stuff. Farms are helpful for food production and growth. Not necessarily straight the economic growth. I'm debating, I would like to continue building this down here. And I would really like to make it into a stronger castle. That way we can kind of utilize it more. But I think actually, let's go with Edinburgh. We're going to build that farm up there. What we're going to do here is we are going to leave our son in charge of the south down here. Going to leave him with most of the generic units that are weakened and with the cavalry. And we're going to march back up north to Edinburgh, and we're going to hopefully grab some troops there, and then once we kind of form up our army, we're going to come over here and attack Dublin. Now they do actually have more troops than I was expecting. So we may actually... We're gonna not build the Highland Rabble just to save a little bit of money. We're gonna end our turn here.
Merchant at your service.
So we got 46 florins. Gonna build another cavalry unit. As much as I would like to march back north, I want to hold off on that. Financially, we can't build that farm.
Aye, Lord.
I think what we're gonna do is merge this unit, merge this, disband what's left, and then we'll keep that. Should cut our cost a little bit as far as upkeep goes. Don't want to get rid of any of those. And those are fine as well. We're going to cancel that building project for now. End of turn report. We're still pretty bad. Our military is increasing our population, but we are pretty much in last place for financial production and overall. So, not great. He installed a trait increase, so we get +1 loyalty for Edmund Canmore, one of our sons.
Awaiting your
That's great.
command. Of course, sire.
Going to... Ooh, what is going on down here? The Spanish own Bordeaux. There's a beautiful Portuguese princess that we need to go talk to. Maybe she wants to marry one of our sons. And we're going to end our turn here.
A blessing to you, sire.
We're going to try to kill this heretic, and it worked. It's so satisfying when you win those. It sucks when you lose it and you just create more and more heretics, which cause so much more unrest. He was executed. We were able to recruit another horse unit, cavalry unit. I always refer to them as horse units. I'm sorry. It might be something that would be extremely frustrating to some of you. I'm going to keep doing it, whether I realize it or not. I'm not super comfortable leading that few men. The AI, like I said, really kind of pays attention, I feel like, to these border strengths. And I've just had a history of the AI kind of turning on me when I don't keep enough men in my borders. We're playing catch up, trying to catch that little Portuguese princess, Edith Finnis.
You're on.
Ooh. She's getting away from us. She's gonna be a nightmare to catch, so we're gonna let it go. We're gonna come talk to the Spanish.
I see no problem.
Be generous. Perfect.
Yes, sire.
Now, it's not always the greatest idea to build a bunch of alliances. The only reason I'm doing it is because, like I said, the main point of our gameplay for this is just a short series. It's going to be to attack the English, and we might do some other stuff, but I have no desire to expand into France or Spain, so we're going to try to keep friendly with France, Spain, Portugal. If they go to war with each other, you know, we'll choose whatever alliances we choose. You know, farming's done. We're no longer bottom on a lot of categories, but overall we're still not great. We're going to let him marry her. Yeah, might as well give him a wife. It would have been nice to get him a Portuguese princess, but, you know, we can't have everything work out perfectly. Got...
Onward.
Let's do this.
Set a watch. Camp here.
You two are going to connect when you're able to. We are financially kind of hurting. I'm not going to build any other troops. We're okay on that front. Just going to really hope they keep that army down there. Quick side note. I just recently got a new microphone, so therefore the audio quality of my videos should hopefully increase drastically. Unfortunately, some of the videos, it won't happen right away because I've already pre-recorded them, and I don't feel like re-recording hours upon hours of gameplay audio, or hours upon hours of me reacting to my gameplay while I played the game. So hopefully you'll notice this audio change in the channel and in the content, though it may kind of trickle out slowly. Well, everyone, this will do it for part 2 of our Scottish Revenge Tour. We were able to take over Wales, and we were able to block the English from it. We met a beautiful Portuguese princess, but she escaped our little diplomat. And I think that's where we're going to leave it off. Check out part 3, and we're going to try to take out Dublin and take control of Ireland. Well, thank you so much for watching. This is Ilias Leonidas. I'll see you in the next video. Ciao for now.